Hi, Sagittarius, and welcome to your 2025 forecast. Okay, we are just days away from the new year, but these things can happen throughout the year. They're not going to happen all at once. There's 6 different topics or questions that I'm asking about, okay? I'm going to clarify it with tarot. Also, there's going to be messages, there's going to be advice, guidance, there's going to be prediction in there for you, okay? So let's get right into this, Sagittarius. You are my last reading of the 12. I started with Capricorn. So let's get moving. Challenge you may face, Sagittarius. Light. Okay. Is that standing in the light? Is that being in the spotlight? Is that... Well, here, number 19 is the Star card. So the Star card, I always think it's like being open to possibility, being true to yourself. What are your dreams, your hopes, your wishes for yourself, for your life, in whatever area of your life that may even be? You know, like, what are you inspired to do? What inspired action do you want to take? Right? This is all very Sagittarius because you like to get out there and take action too, right? You're a fire sign. And so I'm just like, what is it that is holding you back from that? That's the challenge. Let's get a tarot here. Judgment. Is it believing? Because judgment can be one. I want to take it just at its name, the card. Are you judging yourself and thinking that you're not capable, not worthy, not able, not talented enough, whatever it could be, Sagittarius, okay? Are you looking at it and going, well, you know, like the reality is I'm really not quite suited for that. You know, that judgment on yourself. Could it be that? This is the challenge. And the important thing is here, it's figuring out why the challenge is there and then acknowledging it and moving past it. So, but the other thing about the Judgment card that I find interesting is it's like the Judgment card is knowing that, you know what, even though things have happened, I can move past this and a fresh start is possible, right? Because I am destined for so much more. When you believe that you are from Spirit, God, Source, Universe, or whomever it is for you, and that you are here to do, to learn, whatever it may be. I say some people are here as doers, some are as learners, okay? Is it that you have a belief that you don't deserve the new start, that you, again, just... You don't deserve it. You're judging yourself harshly, maybe for some reason, or whatever it is that this is around for you, okay? So it's figuring that out. But all of those positive things I said about you are meant to do something. You are here for a reason. You know, we go through tough things here on earth. Absolutely horrific things for some people, you know, and why? That's a question that we can ask when we get above, right? But I think that what this is for you is figuring out. The challenge is figuring out what the challenge is, okay? So you can do this, Sagittarius. You can do this, all right? Because you're meant to be bright and shiny like a star. You're meant to hitch your wagon to a star, okay? So let's get on to positive energy to embrace, to bring joy. We have throat chakra. The first few signs that I did, I wasn't bringing out the book. It wasn't until I got to Virgo and they had 3 chakra cards come out. And I've told you before, if you've heard it in my other readings, if you haven't, sometimes I call it when Spirit tells me that I know a little but not quite enough. They give me the homework and I have to go and Google. I have to pull out maybe, you know, one of my deck books or something. And they're like, you need to read out of there because, you know, there's so much more to this. So For the first few signs that I had an individual chakra card come out, I didn't. But when I had the 3, they were like, go to the book, girl, go to the book. So Sagittarius, I'm at the book and I'm just going to pull it because it, you know what? It just makes sense. So, I mean, the throat chakra, just going to read what I have. It's very short and sweet here, but this chakra holds the key to speaking one's higher or divine truth clearly with ease and grace. It reflects our need to communicate with others and be received and understood as we express ourselves in the world. The ability to express our creativity and to be seen by others as the true shining light we are. When the throat chakra is healthy and in balance, we are able to express our truth clearly, listen to others effectively, and maintain our own truth. It is through the throat chakra that we learn to express our soul's purpose and find our powerful voice. I also want to read to you the affirmation. You may want to write this down and look at it throughout 2025. I communicate with ease and grace, and I am safe to express my truth. They want you to embrace this. I love what the book has to say. I would have said something very similar, but not as good and as eloquent with as much detail and advice and guidance. Okay. And they know that. So speak your truth, be your truth. Be an effective listener and communicator. It's not just about the speaking. So I'm going to pull a card, but they want you to embrace it in a positive nature. Okay. If you have to speak your truth, and it can be hurtful sometimes, but you do it in a kind, compassionate, loving, and caring way. You just aren't out there with the misconstrued Dr. Phil thing. It's not Dr. Phil. He's saying, tell it like it is. He didn't mean just running around hurting people and saying stuff that doesn't make sense and isn't true and everything else. That's not what he meant by that. But, you have to tell it like it is, but you can do it in very kind, compassionate, and caring way. Knight of Swords, love it. Go out there and embrace this with the Knight of Swords energy, which is, you know what? I'm taking action in my life to be, swords is all about your thoughts, your actions, your words, your clarity, truth, having clarity about things, right? You go out there and you assertively, yet kindly, express it in the world, okay? This is very, very important for you, Sagittarius. I'm loving it. Now, let's move on to negative or shadow energy to work on. And we have destiny. It's so funny. So many times back here in this one, I almost said destiny. You're destined for something. You're here for a reason. Whether it's you're here to be a doer or a learner, okay? Whatever it is, you do have a destiny, all right? We all do. And we think of destiny because it's been so, they've made it seem so grand, like, oh, your destiny. If it's not big and grand, well, it's not a destiny. Not true. I'm beating my hand on my desk. Just because it isn't big and grand does not mean that it is not a destiny, okay? That's just what we've been taught to believe. Oh, it's got to be something, fantastic and out of this world, Sagittarius. Can you feel my Sagittarius coming out here? A little passionate about things big. Your destiny's your destiny, no matter how big or small. Okay? Okay. Remember that. Now, we're talking about this, though, shadow negative energy to work on. Look, we've got the Queen of Swords. Let me just talk about her first before I get into the negative shadow energy to work on. The Queen of Swords, like her counterpart, the King of Swords, is very clear thinking, very independent, very honest, very direct. She has unbiased judgment, okay? She has clear boundaries that she sets. She knows what it is that she wants. Her head's not up in the clouds. She's very, very clear. Now, that's the energy they want you to take on, Sagittarius, because I feel the negative shadow energy that you need to work on is believing what I just said earlier, that unless it is big, unless it is grandiose, unless it is larger than life, it isn't a destiny. And I feel that maybe you, in some way, are of that belief, okay? And it simply isn't true. It simply is not true. I banged my hand on the desk. It's not true. You need to be clear about what your destiny is, and you need to go after it, okay? You need to get clear. All right? You need to know who it is that you are, speaking your truth and living your truth. You are part of spirit. We all are. And does it mean it has to be religious or spiritual? Absolutely not. Your destiny could be the best elementary school teacher that you were meant to be, the best kindergarten teacher, the best scientist, the best lab technician, the best coffee server barista at Starbucks. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm very passionate about this. But you need to believe that. That's what you need to work on. The negative or shadow that surrounds you is that, you work as a customer service agent and you're like, well, that's not a destiny. Well, how do you know that how you treat your customers every day on the phone doesn't raise them up in some way? It might be your destiny to just be kind and compassionate and caring and helpful and knowledgeable to help people. I will leave it there. I could just keep preaching because I just feel this is so important for you to hear. Okay? I actually feel a little, emotional about it because I think a lot of people sell themselves short. And that's what they want. Do not sell yourself short. That's a negative shadow energy to be having around you. Do not sell yourself short. You be clear and determined, and you figure out what it is that you need to do. And then clearly you go after it, right? Love this for you, Sagittarius. What do you need to make room for? Ooh, a little bit of an intuitive nature here. You need to make room in your life for trusting your intuition. You need to make room to trust your emotions, trust your intuition, trust your creativity, trust your passions. That water energy, using it in your feelings the most positive way that you can, so that you are making good decisions. Now, I can't say one without the other, and even though it isn't on the card, Sagittarius, your logical and rational thought is just that. It's logic and rationale, right? Like, please. Those are good things. It's the ego that can take that over and turn it into something else. But if your ego is healthy, and your intuition is healthy, you're unstoppable because you are going to be approaching life and living your life very balanced, making good decisions. Doesn't mean that we don't have slip-ups, okay? So don't get me wrong here that all of a sudden it's like you're never going to make another mistake or bad decision in your life. No, okay, because, there's different circumstances and different things involved. But if on a day-to-day, just like your good old day-to-day, if you have your intuition working with your logic and rational thought, your ego, look out. Okay, look, the Two of Cups comes out. They are like lovers, okay? They are like the Two of Cups. All right, hang on. I just want it to pull because I have a little book here, right? I just want it to go to it because I felt like, oh my God, this is so good when I'm talking about your logic and rational thought and your ego and your intuition working together. And then the Two of Cups comes out. Look, they really like one another. They want to be together. Here's what it says. You are creating deep connections and partnerships based on shared values, compassion, and unconditional love. You see the divine in others. Nurture these new relationships as they hold potential for the future. It's like, I'm not taking literally what it's saying in that context. I'm taking it here. It's like when those two things are working together, it's like a beautiful relationship, okay? It's like you're the peanut butter to the jelly, the yin to the yang, okay? Everything is just going together. You want to drink out of each other's cups. That's why I pulled the little book, because I actually wanted to read it, because it's just, I'm so excited. Again, Sagittarius, I know you'll feel my excitement. Like, just if you can marry those two things, beautiful. All right. You need to make room for that in your life. All right. Let's talk about what you need to avoid. Spiritual strength. Well, they're never going to tell you to avoid spiritual strength. They want you to have that. So this is one of those cards, which is, I say, the opposite, because there probably isn't a card in here who says, please have, please avoid this, right? What this means is they want everyone being who they truly are, going after what it is that they're destined to do, being able to have their hopes, dreams, and wishes come true, using their intuition. That's all spiritual strength, connecting to spirit, okay? They want you to avoid not doing that. That's what you're avoiding, is not connecting to spirit. Please, you have to connect with spirit. Now, spirit, I said God, source, universe, whomever it is for you in a spiritual, non-spiritual, religious, non-religious, whatever way it is for you, whatever, oh my gosh, it is for you. They want you connecting. The good that it brings into your life, and look at the tarot card that I just pulled, the Sun. They are giving you the Sun card because they're saying, here's the prediction. When you're willing to connect with spirit, in each one of these ways, this is your whole reading, Sagittarius, which, okay, let me just finish my thought though. When you're willing to do that, again, you're unstoppable. The light's going to be shining on all of your truth of who you are, the destiny that you're meant to have, what you're destined to do, all of your hopes, dreams, and wishes coming in. Like you just thrusting and running on all cylinders here, okay? That is a prediction. We always have a choice. If we choose to go down a different path that's not all of this, then that prediction changes. That's why psychic readings, card readings change. You make different decisions. You choose not to do any of this. You choose to go down a slightly altered path. It changes the outcome of things, okay? So let's be clear about what your path is and where you need to go, Sagittarius. Now, what I want to say is you are the ruler of the 9th house, Sagittarius. You are all about spirituality, religion, belief systems, learning more, studying more. You're all about all of those things. I feel like this is right up your wheelhouse for 2025. Okay, moving on to what opportunity should you seize or grab a hold of? Solitude. I just said you love to learn and know things and study. Okay. Anytime that you can take time out for yourself, my favorite card in these readings, my favorite card, maybe in most of my tarot decks now. Solitude. Anytime that you can take a time out, and I say to go to the books, right? To study, to learn, to have quiet time, to go within and pull out, because we have all that knowledge within. Whether we access it is up to us. You need to grab a hold of it. So anytime an opportunity comes up, I'm going to pull a tarot here and then talk a little bit more about it. Anytime that opportunity comes up, you need to grab it. That's the Fool. The opportunities come up for the Fool here in the Fool card to set out on a new adventure. Okay, to travel to far off lands, something else you like to do, Sagittarius. You need to be willing to step off the ledge here, to go for it, to not have fear. And the reason you won't have the fear is because you're going to take the time to go within and figure out what it is that you need to do, where it is you need to go, what it is that you really believe in, all of those type of things. That's why when opportunities come in, and maybe you need to make decisions about things, or you need to speak your truth about something, okay? You go within and you allow your higher self, connect it to spirit, okay? You connect to spirit to help you make the best decisions for you. So whenever you have the opportunity to make the best decision for you, do not let it pass by you. Sagittarius, this is your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I want to thank you for supporting me in 2024. If you've shared a video with someone else, someone who has a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, if you have left a comment, if you've hit that like button, all very important to show me support and love, which I appreciate, but also it helps my channel. And my little channel is growing. Okay, so I'm appreciative and grateful for that. And you help with that, as do all the people that come and watch these readings. I want to wish you the best for 2025. This is really fantastic, okay? Little bits of work that need to be done, of course. Nothing is free. We always have to put in a little bit of work, right? Even when it's about ourselves, all right? And then we pay ourselves off with all this, well, spirit pays us off with all of these wonderful things. So Sagittarius, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I wish you the best for 2025, and I'll see you in my readings in the new year.